Hi, Saraswati. Good evening.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
How are how is Mumbai? Lot of rains?
No, no, lots of rain, but still it's raining.
It's still raining.
Yeah,
Since when did it start raining?
since morning, but it's unpredicted. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it's like cloudy and sunny. Yes.
Okay, right. And then how are you with your English? Uh, with your efforts at increasing fluency of your English, and then also your communication skills improvement. What new things are you doing, or what consistent efforts are you making?
Same thing I do on regular basis. Not
Hmm.
I do not do any extra things.
Hmm.
Like every day, I practice speaking, writing,
Hmm.
as well as sometimes not sometimes every day at least one or two new words, and I try to inculcate these words at the time of speaking
Yeah.
and listening to.
I'm not giving you any new words these days because I know you are picking up a lot of new words. If I give you, then you will just limit yourself, your efforts only with those words. So today, shall we do
Right.
something like this? Are you ready for a bit of extempore speech today? Are you ready? A little bit of extempore presentation on a very,
What is
very simple topic. Let me know whether this topic is okay for you.
okay?
Okay. Mm, this one. Topic is public transport of your country.
Oh yes,
And then
I
there is
think for
I
today's session note is also this. Yes.
exactly. So I have stolen that idea from today's session notes. I just wanted to
Okay.
find out whether you do go through the session notes.
Yes,
Right.
I actually do not go through the session note. Yes, I just opened and download that PDF.
Yeah. It's actually a very good notes are really good for today's session. Now let's look. See, I'm also giving you an introduction. I'm giving you the modes of transport. The scaffolding is there. So you can build on that. An introduction, modes of transport, advantages of public transport, problems or challenges faced by the public transport department, and suggestions for improvement, and then conclusion on a positive note. Okay, will that be okay? Would you like to add something more to it, or are you okay with that? I
Yes, I am okay with it.
just try
An
whenever you are
introduction
ready.
modes of
Yeah,
transport, advantages of public transport, problems,
yeah,
challenges faced by the public transport department,
yeah, and suggestions for
suggestions
improvement.
for improvement,
Improvement,
conclusion on a
positive note.
okay.
On a positive note. I mean, if you think that that's okay with you, this is just a little bit of an extempore presentation.
Okay. Means I have to speak on this topic
Yeah,
based
that's
on
the
all
topic.
these
Yeah. In that
points.
format, the format is there already.
Yes,
Introduction is there. Modes
yes.
of transport, you can explain what Mumbai has, for example. What are the different modes of transportation that Mumbai has? For
Okay,
example, what are they? Can you just tell me? Just name them,
okay. In Mumbai, there are different modes of transport,
such as,
such as local trains,
yeah,
bus buses,
mm-hmm,
auto rickshaw.
mm-hmm,
Apart from that, cabs,
yeah,
metros.
yeah.
These are the mode of transportation
Okay, modes of
we use
transport.
mostly.
What will be some of the advantages that you can talk about? Advantages of transport, just the point, so that you can later you can
It's
develop
safer to
safety.
travel.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
for safety purpose. It's good, and we spend less money and can
Hmm.
travel or cover a longer distance.
Correct. Yeah,
And
cost of
apart from
transport.
that, yeah, like it's timetable is fixed. So based
Yeah,
on that,
schedule.
we can reach
Good.
and can cover our destination.
So there is a real scheduling is done there, right? By the
Yes,
department has already a schedule prepared for the day,
yes.
day schedule. Okay. What about problems and some challenges faced by the public transport now in
What
Mumbai?
I understand is that in local trains we get it's very tough to get into the train
Train. Yeah.
because of huge crowd,
Okay.
massive crowd. Apart from that, trains also, as well as in best buses also. Well, it's
Oh, okay.
like a heavy crowd is there. Apart
Mm-hmm.
from that, traffic jam for buses.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when we go and try to travel in the office hours,
Mm.
so it's
Okay.
really very difficult. Like we get lot of congestion and can stuck on a one particular get stuck on one particular place.
Mm.
Sometimes 1 hours or 2 hours.
Okay. Okay.
So
That's
that
great.
disadvantage I can say.
Yeah. Then what about some suggestions now? With all these disadvantages that you have tried to bring, what will be um, some of the improvements that we
Suggestions,
can bring?
I must say that government should increase
Yeah.
frequency.
Mm. Good.
Already every year, government mostly increased the frequency of trains
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well as buses too.
Yeah.
But every year in the same speed, crowds also increase.
Mm-hmm.
So it's difficult, but still
Mm.
means government every year works and try to alleviate this problem.
So most of the times, actually, the buses are overcrowded, and the trains are also overcrowded, right?
Yes.
So probably, won't you suggest them to start more, what shall we say, local train lines, maybe more metro lines?
Yes, they have started,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
still there are many lines. They are means they are started
Mm.
working on creating new lines for that, new tracks.
Okay. And what
Yes,
about some real-time scheduling could be even better prepared, right? Maybe more visible to public or something like that.
I think for some for some areas or so for some destination,
Mm.
frequency is really good. Like every
Okay.
means 2 or 5 minutes there are trains.
Great.
But for sometimes longer distance,
Hmm.
like frequency are less.
Okay.
And in the coming years, maybe that will also reduce.
What about
Like when we travel in the western line, so
uh-huh.
frequency we will get more frequency and more trains are available. Like
Okay.
normal trains as well as these days AC trains has also started. So it's very
Okay.
convenient to travel through AC trains
Do you
for
have
a
a kind
shorter
of
distance as well as longer distance too.
oh, I see. So Mumbai, almost everything is well organized. It has to
Yes,
function better. Now, what about a kind of real tracking applications? Do you have exactly tracking applications where you can
I
track the
think
progress of your journey?
I think I'm not aware of because I
Mm-hmm.
never track this thing.
Suppose your daughter, you send your daughter alone by herself to a particular place, and you know that she is going by that particular bus with that particular registration number. And then is there a way that you can track her journey, like where she has reached or uh, something like that?
Only I think I'm not aware of this type of application. What I can
Mm-hmm.
do,
Mm.
like to get to know the
Yeah.
exact time of her train, I
Mm-hmm.
can just talking over phone. I can
I see. Know where
only
she has reached.
know about that. Yes,
Good. So with all this, and then finally conclusion. What kind of a conclusion would you be giving?
conclusion.
Mm.
Mm, my suggestion for is that mostly for local trains as well
Mm.
as best buses is
Mm.
that they
Mm.
should increase more number of buses
Mm.
and even these days
Mm.
like roads are really broader. Even some
Okay.
areas where
Mm.
roads are narrow, they started working on
On it
and
already.
even started working to demolish the illegal buildings also.
Okay, okay. That's
Yes,
good. So some changes. Maybe I think you can say it is this public transportation or transport is the lifeline of millions of Mumbai cars, right?
yes,
Millions of them. They depend on this on a daily basis. And so, absolutely, if this really functions well, then the whole city, metropolitan city, functions well. I think everybody mostly depends on this. So maybe with all these thoughts that we have just discussed, you could come up with a little presentation on this one whenever you are ready.
Yes,
Let's try. Take your time. There is no hurry. Like you need to finish within 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Nothing like that.
yes,
You go on at your pace.
yes, yes. I tried my best to. Uh,
Try.
how many of you use public transport for in your daily life? And I think almost many of you use public transport because it's cheaper than other transports. And as if I talk about myself, I live in Mumbai, and there are different types of transportation are available. By using that, we can cover our destinations, such
Mm,
as local trains, best
mm,
buses, autos, as well as metros. And what I found by using all those transportation is it's really safe for transportation, and in less price we can cover our we can cover our journey at according to our time,
mm,
because local trains have the facility of means there are lots of frequency of local trains,
mm, mm,
and with our schedule we can reach there.
mm,
And still there are number of problems we face by using public transports. Like
mm,
in local trains, we get it's very difficult to get into the trains sometimes
mm,
because of
mm.
massive crowd,
Yeah.
and sometimes because of the delays of trains, mostly in rainy season, and sometimes uh, we get stuck because of water logging,
Yeah.
mostly when it rains or when it's torrential rain happens.
Mm, mm,
Even in a one single day, we
mm,
get stuck. So these types of problems we can face by using public transport. And
mm,
for my suggestion for public transport is that if government improve or increase the frequency as well as the more trains, so surely in future we will not suffer as for some reasons mostly we suffer by using local trains or best buses.
yeah. Very good. Conclusion? Finish. That's it. That's your suggestion. Okay, that is great. Yeah, I have. No, I'm all. I have only words of praise for you. The way you spoke, right? Practically, maybe I would have. I would say you could use more vocabulary. You used
Uh,
actually vocabulary like. See, you use vocabulary like waterlogging, torrential rain, and then all right.
Punctuation I can also use. I forgot.
Yeah, yeah, you could use all that functions.
Yes.
No, but what I mean is, if, for example, if it is overcrowding, like that is a
Yes.
good idea, good word to use. A large crowd, yes, heavy crowd, you can say, but more apt word will be expression will be
Overcrowd.
overcrowding. Yeah, then I thought you would use words like punctuality. Yeah, see,
Uh,
for example, scheduling is done to increase punctuality. But unfortunately, sometimes some of our buses or even trains are unpunctual.
Unpunctual.
Unpunctual. So see punctuality, unpunctuality, punctual, unpunctual.
Unpunctual. Yes.
Maybe they say that sometimes the trains in Germany are so punctual, meticulously punctual.
Mm.
Why? Because some of them, I heard this in the 1980s, saying that they would adjust their watch looking at the arrival time of the trains in Germany.
Yes.
They're so meticulously punctual.
Yes.
So, vocabulary like punctuality, unpunctual, all these words you could use. Probably you could use a word like tracking applications. Like,
tracking application.
yeah, that could have been one of your suggestions. Yeah,
Mm.
you could have been. Then I thought you said there are different modes of public transport, and then you said my suggestions for public transport. Instead of that, you could have said, mm, amend it a little bit by saying my suggestions to the public transport
Definitely.
department, to the public department, transport department.
Mm.
Okay, my suggestions to the public transport
Yeah.
department. Then maybe you could have used a bit more of those words like it's a lifeline of millions of Mumbai cars.
Mm.
They depend just on this alone, most of them who are living. And
Mm.
even I think most people don't like to use their own cars. Why? Because they know that they are going to be caught up in traffic jams. So, in order to
Yes.
avoid the traffic jams,
Yes.
yes. Okay. So, I think this is a way. How do you feel after you have given this presentation? Because I know it's not easy to give a presentation like that, is not easy. So, yes, how do you feel?
Actually, I feel good, but still, I do not feel good because I can do better whatever I have spoken.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
can do better, certainly. But then you see, this is just one of the times that you have spoken like this on a particular topic. This
Yes.
morning, one learner was asking me, Titus, I would like to start writing something. But then, what can be my first topic, initial topics? What topics can I choose? So this is one way actually looking at the happenings around us. You are from Mumbai, so you know I'm from here, and I know what topics are best for me to write something on. So writing could be on this topic. You could write, and then you could come and give a little presentation in a session like this, where you take charge of your learning.
Yes.
See, self motivation where you come. So I hope the next time, if you do have a topic that you have prepared, come prepared on a topic and then present it. Occasionally, looking at a piece of paper is not a bad idea.
Mm.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So it's always good to keep, provided you know what you are talking. Look at the papers. I think I would like to share with you one quote that is by Abraham Lincoln. Have you heard what Abraham Lincoln has said?
Abraham
I think I'll
Lincoln.
write down here. I don't know if you got it. I'll write down here. If
How many of you use public transport on a daily basis? Okay, you have written.
No, no, I have not written
Okay,
anything more than that. I just liked the way you started. You started with a question.
in that.
Okay, okay, okay. I mean, so see, what you are doing is exactly what uh, President Abraham Lincoln said so many years ago. Please read what I have sent you in the chat.
If I am given 6 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 4 hours sharpening my axe.
Yeah, this is what you are doing. In order to talk for 2 to 3 to 4 minutes, you are preparing for hours and hours and hours.
Yes.
Okay, see, he says if I'm given a chance to, if I'm given 6 hours to chop down a tree, in 6 hours you need to finish cutting down this tree, chopping this tree. What do?
Mm.
I need to sharpen my axe so that it is that fine enough to chop down it as quickly
Mm.
as possible. Okay, if you go
And
with a
even
blunt knife,
yesterday, my daughter in night time, around in evening, she wrote 4 questions for
mhm,
me as a
my God.
and she prepared a notes like you should write all 4 topics,
Oh,
and
which
every
are,
topic is of 10 marks.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
first topic was write a essay on a topic a day when your favorite books character
Oh,
came into life. And the
yeah,
second one is write an informal letter to your most lovingly person in the world,
that's your,
saying thank you for coming in your life.
okay.
Write a paragraph on your environment. And
Hmm.
fourth one is write a story on the topic when silence says more than words.
Wow, my
You
God.
see, she has written well and she even considered her marks also.
That's in her own handwriting. So you must try it. Don't disappoint her. You must write
Yes, yes,
every,
surely I will
all of them.
write.
I'll be happy to listen to you. the next session when what you were going to talk, and
Yes,
I'm
yes. Two
I'm sure
topics I
talk.
will prepared, and
Yeah, yeah.
every for every topic, he has decided 10 marks.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. That's
Yes.
okay. So I think maybe she would in the future she would choose teaching as a profession, and I wish her all the
Um,
best.
Maybe because even in her schools also, she is
Mhm.
always selected for anchoring.
Uh-huh. See, like
Yes.
mother, like daughter. That is it.
Yes.
Mother like daughter. Yes. So this is a good idea, I think. Basically, you need to now spend, put all your energy on this line. As I said, Amrit Pal. Even this morning, I had two sessions with him. He
Mm,
doesn't leave me. That man is really, my God, vocabulary just flows out. Vocabulary just comes, and he doesn't know how to stop. And uh, and then he tells me, Titus, it is not because I'm working hard, Titus. I'm working hard. I'm doing my bit of work. He says consistency is the key. You may
yes.
not. I go to my office, then I come back. Wherever I am just only thinking of becoming a great speaker one day. And
Mm,
he's speaking, and when he speaks, he finds vocabulary just coming like that. I think that is what we should all work for. Okay, we
yes.
slowly, step by step, we do that. Now, your daughter has given you four topics. Write on those topics and then stand as you normally do and then record it. Look at the paper
Yes.
that you have. There is no harm in looking at the paper. The
Yes.
the chit that you carry, even when you come to a session like this, you could always be, hi, Titus, see, look, I got a topic, and then let me speak this topic. Let me present this topic to you, and then listen.
Mm,
You get it corrected. And this Amrit, that is his lifeline, I think. This Amrit, every day,
mhm.
minimum two topics he shares with me. And then the vocabulary. What is important is that we must appreciate him for using the same ordinary vocabulary again and again. And
Mhm.
because of that, it comes. How do you prepare vocabulary apart from this? Do you have any special way of remembering words or something like that?
What I do, suppose still, as the last 1 week, as
Yeah.
every day I give a topic for myself,
Mm,
and
mm,
every second day I repeat all
mm,
the vocabulary and
mm,
try to use when I write whatever I have chosen a subject. I try to
mm,
inculcate all those vocabulary in that topic too.
mm, mm, mm. I got somebody from Gujarat. She's actually a teacher. For her, she can't keep quiet. She just keeps giving me quotations, one after the other. Spirituality on lots of spiritual leaders of India. This person has said Titus, and that person has said this one Titus, and I'm bombarded with these quotations. And I'm very happy about that. After attending a
Mm,
session with her, being with her, I get a lot of positive vibe, spiritual vibe, motivational vibe. See,
mm,
like people like Sri, what's this, Swami Vivekananda,
mhm.
people, so many other people like him. And so about Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, quotations that have been told by these people. And then she would elaborate those quotations. That is another way that
Yes,
you can pick up. Take a quote like this one. You see, if I'm given 6 hours to chop down a tree, that could be the topic of your writing, your
yes,
composition. And then you would be able to write at least three to four. And then I think we have not been using EDM so much. These days, we have not been talking much about EDMs. EDMs is a forgotten chapter. I think better to open that chapter also. We have a lot of EDMs we can
yes.
use. Yeah. So, all right then, Saraswati, what kind of feedback in general can I give you? My feedback in general is that you are on the road, you are on the right track. You are making huge strides of progress. And I am more than happy to see the way you are, what shall we say, achieving your goal. You are each day you are taking a step forward. When you speak, for example, today in the presentation that you gave, I have no comments on that apart from that you did well. No
Thank you.
grammatical flaws. Basic language skills are all correct. Now, what you need, as I always say, is come up with articulation,
Mm,
with more emphasis. When you speak, you must speak like a speaker.
yes.
People must listen to you. I think that should be your next approach. I think next time
Yes.